We're questioning. He's joining us now, and maybe the best news of the day here. Not just a top 10 day, maybe the top day of the year. It is gorgeous out.
Gorgeous, low humidity, lots of sunshine, and normally in a day like today be very, well, is I guess a little cooler, but we still have July sunshine, so it's heating up rather quickly. But a look outside, very busy. Cooperstown has a very busy week and weekend is shortly upon us. Temperatures in parts of the region we'll get to here right in a second. First off, the Northeast, we can see where some of that heat is really holding on to. Philadelphia, New York City, that's where some of that heat and humidity is still sticking around. But in everywhere else in New England and even New York State, that's when we have that low humidity and completely dry weather. 69 this afternoon, very cool in the Mohawk Valley, 64 in Saranac Lake. We zoom in, 70s and upper 60s in the Mohawk Valley, 60s up in the North Country. By the way, the overnight low in Saranac Lake was 34 degrees. It was the coldest temperature recorded in the U.S. last night. Yes, it's the coldest temperature recorded in the entire U.S. at Saranac Lake. It was tied with a place from Utah and a place in New Hampshire. So you can figure that up. Pretty interesting fact there. Still in the 60s in the southern valleys, radar is still dry, and we are looking at a pretty dry afternoon. Temperatures in the 70s and a drop of rain expected. We're going to start to see that heat and humidity return for the next few days. We'll track that, plus rainfall chances later on this week in a full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Trump administration.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. A beautiful day outside today. Yes, it's still on the cooler side, but how often in July are you treated to 60 degrees and low humidity? Downtown Utica, live view outside. It's a gorgeous scene right there of some low-lying cumulus clouds and some high-level cirrus wispy clouds out in the distance here. Again, here's the cirrus, here's the cumulus clouds. Either way, temperatures are in the upper 60s, refreshing humidity out there. Almost an identical copy to yesterday taking place outside early this afternoon. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are entirely quiet across not only New York State, but almost the entire Northeast. In fact, this entire section of North America is under quiet weather due to this giant ridge of high pressure here. Fantastic outdoor conditions today, but I want to focus on what happens in this area of the country when we head into tomorrow or the rest of the week, plus the rainfall up north. So watch this green and watch the dark reds as we progress throughout the week. The dark reds slowly inch their way into New York State, and the rainfall slowly progresses closer and closer to our area. But it does remain dry for the next 3 days. So I know a lot of you farmers watching, if you're hoping for some great haying weather. I know I saw some farmers out in the fields the past couple of days with that dry weather opportunity. Well, you got 3 days of it. So if you want to hold off and let it dry as much as you can, go right ahead. You got not a drop of rain expected until Friday. So Friday's when we're going to see a chance for some showers and thunderstorms after this high pressure begins to fall apart. But if you want to avoid the heat, you might want to do it maybe on Wednesday or even today. We're in the 90s by Thursday, with heat index values or feels like temperatures likely in the mid to even upper 90s in the Mohawk Valley. That sets the stage for a pretty warm stretch of weather heading into Hall of Fame weekend for Cooperstown. So today, temperatures in the 40s, climbing into the 70s by this afternoon. It's going to be a beautiful day today. And then by tonight, we're going to see those temperatures fall right back to what we saw yesterday morning. Not nearly as cold. The reason for it with that slight south wind at play here. Then we're in the low 80s tomorrow. Still lots of sunshine, beautiful weather. And then by tomorrow night, overnight lows only in the 60s before we climb into the 90s by Thursday afternoon with that high humidity. So the 7-day forecast here. You know, we got the Boonville-Netick County Fair, What the Truck takes place today. A lot of events take place the next few days, and weather, definitely not an excuse. Maybe for Thursday, maybe a little too hot, but I'll consider that a pool day. Definitely get outside and just relax, go swimming. There's a lot of splash pads across the area too, which are great to use when it's very hot and humid. I know a couple weeks ago I saw the one in Chadwick's very busy. A lot of other places too. Again, it's a great tool to have in midsummer heat.
Definitely you can use it on Thursday.
Yes, very hot.
Eric, thanks. Well, imagine having the ability to know your rhythm now. And Eric, what a day outside, especially for What the Truck, right?
Yeah, that's right. And our own chief meteorologist, Bill Cardis, will be there live tonight. And I think he couldn't have picked a better night to go live. Look at this, 70s sunshine, no humidity, hopefully a lot less mosquitoes than in a hotter day. But yeah, look at that the forecast when you head outside today in the 70s, that low humidity sticking around. Even by 8 p.m., we're at 71 degrees. Once that sun sets, though, it will begin to cool down rather quickly due to that dry air. However, later on tonight, with the surge of a south wind, it won't be cooling down nearly as cold as this morning. Either way, a look at the temperatures across the Northeast. The higher humidity is staying toward the coast of New Jersey and New York City. Meantime, inland, we're in the 60s and even low 70s. Zooming in, 67 Long Lake, 71 Dolgeville, 68 in Deansboro. To the south, 70 Cooperstown, 72 in Norwich. The radar is dry right now, and we are tracking again slightly higher temperatures tomorrow, and then a return to some serious heat and humidity later on this week. We'll track the timing of that, plus that all-important rain forecast. When's our next chance of rain coming up? Gary?
Eric, thanks. More than a dozen people.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today it's beautiful. No other words to describe it. We got low humidity, sunshine, great conditions out there. Live view outside in downtown Utica. Bluebird skies, gorgeous scene out there. 69 with that refreshing humidity. Very rare setup here in New York State, allowing this very low humidity stretch of weather. We did have one day of it on July 4th. We had one last Friday, and we have today and tomorrow. So a rarity, despite the fact that it's been unusually on the humid side so far this season, at least more humid than usual. Radar showing dry conditions across the area, all driven by this area of high pressure, this ridge of high pressure over the Northeast. But I want to focus on two things here. So watch the green rain right here and the dark reds to our south. As we head throughout the week, you can see both this push east and the heat slowly move its way into eventually New York State by Thursday, the warmest day the next 7. But you notice here, rainfall still holding off until Friday. So, again, I mentioned this morning, if you have any crops that need to be harvested, I know for a lot of farmers, haying season sometimes this year, you got great weather for it, and not a single drop of rain is expected until Friday. So, if you want to hold off, let things dry up even more, so far looking good. But still, if you hold off till Thursday, you'll be hanging in the heat, 92 the temperature with higher humidity. So just a heads up for the middle of the week here. But with the temperatures in the upper to mid 80s later on this week for the Hall of Fame weekend, if you have any or don't have any plans early this week, Boonville-Netick County Fair opens today. Today's great. In fact, probably tomorrow is probably the best day to do it. It's in the low 80s, still not too bad before the heat really arrives on Thursday. So again, today lots of sun. Gorgeous conditions tonight, cold or at least cooler, lows in the 40s and 50s. Not nearly as cold as last night, but still on the chilly side. Wednesday in the 80s in the Mohawk Valley, 70s north and south, and then overnight lows only in the 60s by Thursday before we climb into the 80s, eventually 90s with high humidity due to that south wind. And so overnight, Thursday night, only a low 71, 88 with a mix of showers and thunderstorms on Friday. We remain pretty warm and slightly humid for the rest of the week. So enjoy that refreshing humidity today, because before you know it, the ACs will be back on and the windows will be closed after that heat moves in on Thursday.
Another nice, cool night tonight to sleep.
Yes, great sleeping weather.
Yeah, 53. Eric, thanks. Now to the tragic...
A bite to eat, of course, and collect some toys for local kids in need. And it's a great night for it, too. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis on location in North Utica tonight. Bill, good evening.
Yeah, it is Christmas in July here. We've got Stuff the Bus behind me. And if you want to get a very early start on the holiday season, you can help donate unwrapped toys here. This is at Canal Park off of Leland Ave in North Utica. This will be going on for the next several hours. You can also grab a bite to eat. It's Food Truck Tuesday, and it is an absolutely beautiful day to be outside. Let's take a look at the radar tonight, and again, it's completely dry. It's very comfortable. It's been an absolutely beautiful day. Temperatures are in the mid-70s. We have low humidity. We made it into the upper 40s last night, 48 at Griffiths and Rome. Some of the coldest spots dropped down into the 30s. We won't be quite that cold tonight. We're looking at temperatures in the 70s this evening. Absolutely perfect weather. Comfortable tonight. We're tracking an increase in heat and humidity as we head throughout the week. I'm going to look at the forecast coming up. Kristen and Jason, back over to you.
All right, Bill, thanks very much.
It's also opening night at the Boonville Oneida.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. I'm live here in Canal Park in North Utica off of Leland Ave. It is Food Truck Tuesday. If you're going to be coming out and enjoying a beautiful evening, why don't you come down here and Stuff the Bus? We're getting the Christmas season started early, Christmas in July. If you're coming down here tonight, we're encouraging folks to bring an unwrapped toy to get a head start on donations. What a nice evening to be out. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s this evening. We're talking about another comfortable night of sleeping. It won't be quite as cool as last night. I think we'll make it into the 50s as opposed to 40s. Sunshine continues, much warmer weather tomorrow, and heat and humidity inevitably return as we head into the end of the week. Looks like Thursday is the day where summer comes back in force. And it's a lovely evening. West Berlin 76, Little Falls 77, 73 degrees in Cooperstown Inlet with 74. And the temperature trend, well, it's going to be dramatically different here over the next couple of days. It'll be in the 80s tomorrow, 92 Thursday with that heat and with the humidity, it's going to feel more like upper 90s. We're going to stay in the upper 80s here as we head throughout the weekend and early next week. That humidity is going to be relentless once it returns. As we're also keeping an eye to the sky tonight. If you missed the International Space Station last night, we have an encore arrival here. The time is 9:22. It'll be visible in the sky for about 7 minutes. You're going to look to the north for this. And again, skies are expected to be clear. As we look at the bigger picture, it's all about high pressure. It's going to keep us high and dry and keep us very comfortable here. We're expecting the weather to remain dry over the next couple of days. As high moves to the east, the wind direction changes, and that's why we're expecting the temperatures to change pretty dramatically here over the next couple of days. Tonight, overnight lows drop down to the 50s. It's beautiful tomorrow, low humidity. Temperatures will be warmer than today. We'll make it into the low to mid 80s. Much warmer tomorrow night. We're down into the 60s, so you might need the air conditioner. It definitely looks like you'll need it Thursday. Look at this, 90 temperatures in the low 90s Thursday afternoon. Again, with the heat and humidity, it'll feel closer to mid to upper 90s. Mostly clear tonight, low 53. Beautiful day tomorrow. Lots of sunshine, highs in the low 80s. Warmer, still not too humid tomorrow, but again, that's going to change. Looking at the Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, 92 Thursday, still looks dry. There will be the chance for thunderstorms Friday afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-80s. Saturday looks dry. Honor America days should be okay. We'll keep an eye on that. Sunday, widespread thunderstorms for Hall of Fame Sunday in Cooperstown. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s as we head into Monday and Tuesday. Again, a lovely evening here in Central New York. We'll send it back over to you.
All right.
Bill, live at the North Utica.
Yeah, I like
Like
that.
that.
Hey, the Utica Children's Museum.
In North Utica for a Christmas in July event.
Yeah, the crowd is slowly starting to gather on this beautiful Tuesday. If you're looking for something to eat, running out of dinner ideas, you can come on down here to Canal Park in North Utica off of Leland Ave. And also don't forget to bring an unwrapped toy. It's Stuff the Bus this evening, getting an early start on the Christmas season here. Let's take a look at the weather. It's an absolutely beautiful day. Plenty of sunshine, just a couple of fair weather clouds and very comfortable conditions across central New York, 75 degrees. We started out in the upper 40s earlier. Some of the coldest spots in the Adirondacks briefly dropped into the upper 30s. It won't be quite that cold tonight, but it will be comfortable. You can leave the windows open going to bed tonight. Another refreshing night. Temperatures will be in the 70s this evening. The weather looks pleasant, but this is not going to last. We're expecting a big jump in the humidity and the heat over the next couple of days. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason and Kristen, back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you.
A new study suggests that
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're live here at Canal Park in North Utica. It is Food Truck Tuesday. It's a great evening to get out. There's been a steady stream of cars that have been arriving here. If you are going to be coming out tonight to join us, don't forget about Stuff the Bus. If you can bring an unwrapped toy to get an early start on the holiday season. And again, this is going to continue here throughout the remainder of this evening. We're looking at very comfortable conditions. The weather looks great. It's just an absolutely beautiful day to be outside. May into the mid-70s today. The sunshine's going to continue. Our weather headlines, it is going to warm up. The heat and the humidity are back as we head later into the week, and it's going to be a gradual process, but it looks to return here by Thursday. As we look outside this evening, again, it's very comfortable. 73 degrees in Cooperstown, 77 in Westmoreland, Whitesboro 78, Inlet 73. We're looking at warm temperatures. Tomorrow we're going to be in the low 80s. The humidity really ramps up Thursday. That is going to be a very dramatically different day compared to the past two. Temperatures will be in the low 90s. The heat index will be in the upper 90s. And the humidity is going to stick around. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s heading into the weekend. There will be an increased chance for showers and thunderstorms as we head into Friday and beyond, although it doesn't look to rain the entire weekend. If you missed the International Space Station last night, we have another chance to see it tonight. It'll be 9:22. It'll be visible for 7 minutes. We have clear skies expected. Should be a great night to check that out. It's going to make a relatively we'll call it a medium pass above the horizon. It should be pretty easy to spot. Just looking to the north here. Again, that's flyby starts at 9:22 and it's going to peak at 9:25. As we look at the bigger picture, we've got high pressure in control of our weather, and as this system heads to the east, the wind direction is going to change, and that's going to allow warmer temperatures to move in. And as we head into tonight, it won't be quite as cool. We made it into the upper 40s last night. Some of the coldest spots dropped briefly into the 30s, but that's not going to happen tonight. It's not going to be quite that chilly, but it's still pretty comfortable for sleeping. We're into the 50s tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, another beautiful day. The humidity is still relatively low, but not quite as low as today. We'll make it into the low 80s. Tomorrow night, that's when you'll notice the difference. It won't be quite as cool and comfortable. We'll be in the mid 60s, and here comes the heat. Thursday, temperatures in the low 90s all across central New York. The heat index will be in the mid to upper 90s. Mostly clear tonight, low of 53. Another outstanding day tomorrow, although it will be warmer than today. Temperatures climb into the low 80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, hot day on Thursday, 92, mostly sunny. Thunderstorms are expected Friday afternoon, temperatures in the mid-80s. It does look like Saturday is dry, so for Honor America days, so far it looks okay. We'll keep an eye on that. 87. And then for the induction ceremony in Cooperstown, we could be talking about a round of thunderstorms. We'll have to keep an eye on that. 83, mid-80s, partly sunny skies Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
At the weekly food truck rally in North Utica.
Santa is there, as is Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Yes, and it's getting busy. It's a great evening to be out. Great food, some entertainment, and again, the weather is absolutely perfect. Again, if you are coming down here, just a reminder, you can drop off an unwrapped toy right there, stuff the bus, can't miss it. And again, hope folks can check it out. We're checking out some really nice weather. It is an absolutely beautiful day. Live look at the radar, nothing doing, 76. Another comfortable day. Dew point low. Started out in the upper 40s here. Nice recovery though. Temperatures will be in the low 70s this evening. It's going to remain very pleasant, partly to mostly sunny skies. The heat, the humidity, they're back, especially as we head into the end of the week. We're tracking when it returns and how long it lasts, along with our next chance of, believe it or not, some much needed rain by this point. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason and Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Students and staff are still processing news that Oneida High School.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. I'm live here at Canal Park in North Utica. It is Food Truck Tuesday. It is also Christmas in July. I've got the Stuff the Bus behind me, and if you're going to be heading down to get a bite to eat tonight, bring an unwrapped toy. You can drop it off right at the bus tonight, getting ready for the Christmas season early here in Central New York. It actually feels like September out there, doesn't it? Very low humidity, very comfortable conditions. We're going to have another comfortable night for sleeping, but this is going to be the last night where temperatures are going to be in the below 55 degrees because we've got much warmer weather on the way. Temperatures this evening, Whitesboro 77, Cooperstown 73, Inlet 71. Again, it's just low humidity, sunshine, a gorgeous day, but things are going to change. We're expecting the heat to arrive in stages. Tomorrow we're in the low 80s, and then Thursday you're really going to notice it. Hot, humid, high temperature of 92. The heat index will be in the upper 90s, and the humidity is going to stick around. So even though it's not quite as hot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it remains very humid, and there will be some rain chances ahead beginning Friday. Clear skies tonight. If you missed it last night, the International Space Station will be making an encore flyby. The time is 9:22. It'll be flying through for about 7 minutes. You're going to look to the north for what looks like a very fast-moving star, and again, skies are expected to be clear here in Central New York for that. As we look at the bigger picture, we've got high pressure in control of our weather. This is going to move to the east, and it's going to cause the winds to change direction. And it's going to allow for some of those warmer temperatures to move into Central New York. Tonight, it's beautiful. It's comfortable for sleeping, although it won't be quite as cool as last night. Last night we were in the upper 40s. Tonight we're into the low 50s. Clear skies in place. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Temperatures climb into the low 80s, so it will be noticeably warmer. Still not too humid. Tomorrow night, overnight lows will drop down into the 60s, so it will be a lot warmer tomorrow night. And then Thursday, here it comes. The heat and humidity, temperatures look to climb into the low 90s. Mostly clear tonight, low of 53. Tomorrow, a beautiful day, temperatures climb into the low 80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the low 90s here on Thursday, and then, excuse me, I thought I could make it. Friday, showers, thunderstorms, 85 degrees. Just gonna have it to see it in front of me as I grab a drink of water. Sorry about that. We'll be right back.
No problem,
We're gonna
Bill.
cut you off. We're gonna cut
cutting
you off.
Go rest up.
Go find some lemonade.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Time now for a first look at the weather tonight with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Good to see you again.
Good to be back.
We're all rested, and now we've got some big changes coming our way soon.
Yeah, it was 48 degrees this morning. By tomorrow afternoon, 92. I should say Thursday
afternoon.
Yeah, 92 degrees. So
wow.
Less than 2 days, a pretty dramatic change here. Not uncommon to see temperature swings like this, but it is uncommon for summer. The summer months, we don't typically see these big swings in temperature, but again, fall, spring, winter, that is something that does happen quite a bit. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet. It's been a beautiful day. Temperatures made it into the mid-70s. We're sitting at 60 degrees, clear skies, calm winds, low humidity. Again, 92 on Thursday. Tomorrow's like a transition day. Will be the low 80s, not too humid. The humidity is going to be hanging around as we head into early next week. Showers and thunderstorms return Friday. Good, wet, sleeping weather. Can leave the air conditioner off, open up the windows. Low temperature tonight of 52. Again, we are tracking some warmer weather ahead. Look at the forecast coming up. James, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, the Utica Police.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Temperature of 60 degrees and cooling off. Contrast that to the number of 90-degree days that we've had. 6 so far this summer. That is more than average for the whole summer. It's been a hot July, but again, this cool stretch of weather is something that's welcome. It's quite a bit different. A reminder, you can always download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app to get weather information on the go. Humidity is coming back. It's going to feel muggy tomorrow, but the real change is Thursday. Temperatures will climb into the low 90s. Friday, Saturday, very high levels of humidity. Dew points are expected to hit 70 degrees. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet. Good weather to cut the grass. It's not growing very much. It's been pretty dry this July for a change. Precipitation running behind average here. But if you do need to cut tomorrow, Thursday looks to be good days. Rain arrives on Friday. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Big dome of high pressure in control of our weather. It's going to keep us high and dry over the next couple of days. As that high moves to the east, the wind direction changes, and that's what's going to cause a significant warm-up. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the 50s. We'll start out tomorrow morning with sunshine. It looks like a beautiful Wednesday. A light breeze. Temperatures will be in the low 80s. Wednesday night, the weather remains dry. Overnight lows drop into the 60s, so it will be a noticeably warmer night. And then Thursday, the weather looks nice, but again, it's hot. So look at this. Highs in the low 90s here heading into Thursday afternoon. The weather remains dry until Friday. That'll be our next chance for a few thunderstorms. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 53. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, pleasant, and again, noticeably warmer, 83 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, 92 Thursday, hazy, hot, and humid. That heat index will be in the mid to upper 90s. Showers, thunderstorms arrive Friday afternoon, 85. Looks dry on Saturday, 87. And then we're talking about widespread storms Sunday, 83. Temperatures remain warm, highs in the mid 80s Monday and Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. And we saw some northern lights up here on Smith Hill tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise. We weren't expecting this, but we did have a nice glow to the north. This was taken with my camera, so not very easily seen with the naked eye, but if you were looking hard enough, you'd be able to see it. It's not happening now, but we did get a glimpse of it here earlier this evening. Good night to be out. It's pretty comfortable out there. Temperatures are down into the low 60s. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Clear skies in place. 58 degrees is the current temperature. Dew point 52, so it's remaining very dry. Tonight, temperatures are expected to drop into the low 50s. Hot weather on the way. 83 tomorrow, so a lot warmer than today. 92 Thursday. The heat and humidity will continue into the weekend, although it won't be quite as hot. Temperatures will be in the upper 80s Friday and Saturday. Great sleeping weather tonight. Take advantage of it because that is not going to last. Things are going to warm up. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, the Utica Police Department.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. Turned out to be a nice night. It's really comfortable. You can leave the windows open going to bed. 58 degrees in downtown Utica. We'll drop into the low 50s tonight. I don't think it's going to be as cold as it was last night. We were down to the upper 40s, but it will be close. Just a reminder, still summer. It's 6 days above 90 degrees so far. I think we're going to get number 7 as we head into Thursday. We go from 48 this morning to 92 by Thursday. Reminder, you can get weather information on your phone You can download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. The humidity on the rise. It's been very dry, very comfortable over the past couple of days, but this is going to change. We're looking at slightly muggy weather tomorrow. It turns humid Thursday and then turns very humid Friday and Saturday. Bigger picture, again, quiet weather tonight. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's been a dry July, so the grass is not growing very quickly, but if you do have to cut the lawn, tomorrow, Thursday are good days to do that. Friday, early in the day, as we do have the chance for thunderstorms. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. High pressure continues to drive our weather. It's brought us lots of sunshine, dry conditions, low humidity. As the high heads to the east, the wind direction changes, and that's going to bring more humidity and warmer temperatures as we head throughout the week. Clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop into the low 50s. Tomorrow, sunshine. Beautiful day. Temperatures climb into the low 80s, noticeably warmer. Tomorrow night, you might need the air conditioner. We're down into the mid 60s. We don't cool off as much. And then Thursday, it is looking hot. Sunshine, temperatures expected to climb into the low 90s across the region. Again, if we hit 90, it would be day number 7 on the summer. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 53. Tomorrow, looking at mostly sunny skies. Again, a nice afternoon, a high of 83. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Hazy, hot, humid Thursday, 92. Chance of a thunderstorm Friday afternoon, 85. That's a cold front that rolls through. Just a slight drop in temperature. We're still in the upper 80s Saturday, partly sunny skies. It does look dry for Honor America days. And then the induction ceremony in Cooperstown Sunday does feature the chance of thunderstorms, 83. We'll keep you posted on that. Partly sunny skies Monday and Tuesday with highs in the mid 80s. We'll be right back.